Hey guys, welcome back to the Planner Pixie Co show and welcome back to another memory spread. So I'm still trying to catch up, but I'm doing a pretty dang good job of it. Okay, so for this week I chose the May Mystery from Caress Press. This one is called Moody. This is not my favorite kit ever, honestly, but I struggled with what to pull for this week and I went back and forth on it a lot. And ultimately I was just like, you know what, it's already got a foil bundle with it, it's just easy, and like I said, I'm trying to catch myself up, so I'm all about the easiness of it. I'm obsessed with the bottom washi though, but I do feel like it's very fall colors, fall vibes. I love the olive green color, that's so pretty. And it's called Moody, and I'm definitely that all the time. So, this was, I was going to say freebies, but it was a mystery kit, so everything came with it. And then here is the bundle. You know what? I just thought I'm going to have to make, dang it, I'm going to have to make me some extras to go with this. I think this is like a very fine confetti. Everything is done in black. It's just very simple. But I am going to have to make me something to go with this to make it work, because this is the older format and there's only 8 overlays. I wish I had thought of that before I turned the camera on, but we're going to go with it anyway, and I may just go ahead and lay down what I have and then I'll come back later and fill in the other parts.
I don't think we got enough time to sort out all the fights, to sort out all the lies. Oh baby, yeah. There was a part of me that knew that, and still I'm caught by surprise. I thought you'd always be mine. I guess our dreams fell asleep. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby going down, 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 down. Baby going down, 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 down. Tried so hard to stay afloat. Yeah, we keep moving like the river goes. Baby going down, 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 down. Yeah. And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure. I just thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no words no more, no. I got so high on a low, that's when I loved you the most. Now I thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no words no more, no. I really thought we had it covered, was gonna patch up all the scars, but we smashed up all the parts. Oh na na na. Always knew that you were stubborn, but didn't know it'd be so hard to figure out who you really are. I guess our dreams fell asleep. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby going down, 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 down. Baby going down, 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 down. Tried so hard to stay afloat. Yeah, we keep moving like the river goes. Baby going down, 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 down. Yeah. And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure. Just thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no words no more, no. I got so high on a low, that's when I loved you the most. Now I thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no words no more. We don't know, no words no more. We don't know, no words no more. We don't know, no words no more, no, no. We don't know.
Okay guys, I made the executive decision to bring in some gold. So I pulled a foil bundle from SPC and I am loving it so much more. Look how stunning the black and the gold together is. I think that was a wise decision. Okay, let's get into it. Today has been a pretty good day so far. What time is it? It's like 4 o'clock. Things are moving right along. We are totally caught up in orders, which is super exciting. So I just gotta spend the rest of the day designing today and tomorrow. Hopefully I can get it done. So I just put, feeling kinda, I don't give a F-ish today because, you know, it's called Moody. So I felt like that made a little bit of sense. All right, I'm pulling in this little couple from Happy Daya. I feel like all my Happy Daya stickers are very fall-y. The colors are so very fall, and I feel like that's why I haven't really used a ton of Happy Daya in a minute. Because they're all very fall-y to me. That's Happy Daya, right? Yeah, not Papershire. It's Happy Daya. Okay, so also did make the executive decision to foil my scripts because I love gold foiled scripts. It's so pretty. I don't like using gold and silver a lot, but like foiled scripts in gold and silver, it's so good. I don't know what is wrong with my brain, but like, it's just good stuff. Okay, this was a boring day. I just put that I had a bacon and egg sandwich because I had nothing else to put for the day. That's from Coffee Monsters Co., I think. And I started my period this day, so another reason it was just a boring day. I was feeling a little crampy, which this sticker is like a crampy or like stomach ache, and I don't really get crampy in my stomach, not too bad. I get crampy in my back and my legs. It's weird, but that's where I get cramps. So I went on the heating pad and the neck massager that had nothing to do. Well, I don't know. A headache. You can get headaches during your period too, but like I have headaches all the time, so I'm sure that had nothing to do with my period. I just used my neck massager. That's from Bubba Bear Studios, and I just designed all day. Or the rest of the day. I put design all day. Both in office, but design all day. That makes no sense, but whatever. That's what I did. What was I doing that I was in the office and then design all day? Let me look at my notes. Apparently, I don't know what I was doing last night when I made these scripts. I cut foil this day, but then also design all day. No. That should have been like design and binge, but it's there and we're going with it. Because I had a lot of foil to cut. Alright. Back in the office cutting more foil this day. This is crooked, of course. Take a shot. Ooh. I got all orders even done from what came in overnight. I'm feeling good about it. I feel like I can breathe a little bit now. It's just a great feeling. So I cut foil. That's an older icon from our shop. That's pretty much my day, I feel like. Now a package. So I guess we got some stuff done. And I did a little bit of packaging this day. So this is from School Prints Co. Package. I totally meant to have this video up yesterday, or actually as I'm filming it today. I meant to have it up today, but when it hits I will have meant to put it up yesterday, but whatever, I can only do so much. My stepson visited this day. That's from It's More With Love, so I just put Jacob visit. I just love his name in this font. It looks so stinking cute. And then apparently I had another headache. I've kept headaches for the past, well, this year. It's been a doozy. It's been a doozy. Oh my gosh, you guys. Did you hear about Leslie Jordan today? It was today, but when it posts, it'll be yesterday. I'm so sad. That's so sad. What a crappy year this has been. So he's originally from Chattanooga, and his mom had recently passed away. When my stepdad was in ICU, his mom was in the next room over. So like he was in there a couple of days that I was in there. I didn't talk to him because I'm shy, but he was in there and I seen him. Anyway, that's so sad. So sad. Headache, that is from The Littlest Planner. I had noodles again. Y'all, I finally went and got groceries yesterday. I have healthy food in my house again. I feel like my life can finally not be on like pause anymore because of paper, which sounds stupid, ridiculous, but that's pretty much what happened. I feel like my life has been on hold because of the whole paper situation. I've had no time to do anything. Cook, get groceries clean, work out, all the things. I've just been straight up foiling, packaging, cutting, foiling, packaging, cutting. Like, that's it. But it's finally done, caught up. We have the old paper again. I feel, it feels better. So, healthy food. We had a healthy lunch. I'm having steak salad for dinner tonight. I'm so excited. But this night I was just depressed and eating my feelings again. So I had Parmesan and noodles. That's from Sweet Ava's paper. And then I did some designing and binging this night. That's a little doodle from our shop. Design and binge. Okay. On to Wednesday, I had to film a plan with me. So I filmed the campfire spread, which is from our shop. I filmed the day by day to that, and take a shot because this one's crooked. I'm gonna keep y'all good and loopy and drunk. Okay. Film plan with me. This is from Once More with Love. Film plan with me. And then I worked on packaging some more. Apparently didn't get it done the day before. Sometimes packaging is like a 2-day affair. I don't know why. Yesterday, packaging was just like a half-a-day affair. Like, I pretty much got it all done before I went and got groceries. It was great. Everything went so smoothly. We were just missing like maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 sheets of things, so it was good. Then I packaged, already said that. That's from Once More with Love. And then I had to, I guess, start over, and I had to print more orders, and then I taped everything. That is from Scribble Prints Co. If you don't know what I mean by tape, I tape all of my registration marks on my foil sheets because I foil before I cut, because I just much prefer the way that that looks. Like, if you cut after you foil, in my experience, the foil gets in your cuts, and I just think it's a messy look, and I don't like the way that looks. So I've tried it both ways, and I much prefer foiling before cutting. And yes, you do run the risk of like messing out the sheet that's foiled, but knock on wood, my machines are pretty good and they don't really mess up a lot cutting, just every now and then, so it's worth it to me. But yeah, I tape the registration marks so that the foil does not foil the registration marks, because then it wouldn't cut. And I've tried several different things about the registration marks over the last few years, but taping is just what is easiest for me. I mean, it'll take me like a good hour to tape a pretty big stack, which I don't think is that bad, but I would much rather do that and be done with it and not have to worry about registration marks anymore. I used to put like post-it notes on there, but then I'd have to take the post-it notes up and then put new post-it notes down. I don't know, that just seems easier to me. So I tape everything up, and then I cut all the foil sheets. That's a little icon from our shop, so that's just figuring out what colors each file needs and then actually cutting the foil sheet out to be foiled. I usually do that all in one day because that takes me quite a bit of time. That's probably the lengthiest thing. Taping only takes an hour, hour and a half, but cutting the foil sheets, oh man, that takes hours. Foiling doesn't even take me that long anymore, not with the old paper. So that pretty much took all day, and then we had tacos this night. That is from Sweet Ava's paper, and then apparently I had a late night in the office. Like, my machine cut a little bit too far to the right this time. What day are we on? Wednesday? I was in the office cutting foil sheets until 1 in the morning. That's from Once More with Love. I have really been trying to not be in the office super late anymore and to give myself some time in the evenings to chill a little bit, to do some design work. But during that whole thing with the paper and everything, I had a lot of late nights again. Okay, on to Thursday. So my Casey, Casey was with my dad all day this day, helping him do some stuff up at his house. So I had the house to myself today and the office to myself. I didn't know what to use for that, so I used a little boop sticker. And then just put Casey with Daddy. Casey loves to give my dad a hard time. I think it's like his favorite thing. This is from Papershire. I worked on foiling sheets this day. Looks pretty good. So this was an all-day affair with the newer paper because just so many redos. This is the day I got the stupid copyright claim or copyright infringement, whatever, on the little smiley face slippers. I should have used that sticker. But I didn't. I used the the flipping a bird one from Once More With Love. Why does that look crooked to me from down here? And then anyway, so it was the actual smiley face company that flagged me, like it always tells you. God bless America. It always tells you who has flagged you for it, who has put in the copyright claim. This is the third one I've ever had on Etsy. So it was the smiley face company, and I don't actually know if it was like the actually smiley face or if it was because I used the smiley face phrase. I think it's probably saying smiley face, because when you clicked on their website, like the little slippers, they don't sell the slippers, so I don't know. I've only ever seen the slippers on like Amazon, so I don't know. I probably will not put them back up on Etsy, but if I could ever get a Shopify going, I probably will put them back up there. I just won't use smiley face in the description. The other copyright claims that I have gotten, one of them was with my old shop, my sewing shop. And then the only other one that I've ever had with my sticker shop was in the very, very beginning. And it's because I used the phrase, what was it? It was like a workout sticker. Oh gosh, why has that left my brain all of a sudden? It's a type of workout. And I had no idea that it was like a copyright thing. I mean, I never do. Like, I know better. I wouldn't ever knowingly put something like that up. CrossFit. I put CrossFit. I had no idea that was like a big copywritten whatever. I just thought it was a type of workout. So anyway, I've been very lucky and fortunate to, you know, not have had a big deal with things like that, but this really pissed me off this day. So I made stuffed shells for dinner. This is Once More With Love. Also Once More With Love. Apparently I not only went to bed early but fell asleep earlier than usual. On to Friday. We had a PO drop from all of the orders that I packaged up using one of the bigger like labels there. Where's my scissors? This is from Pumpkin Paper Co. Let's see, how big is my script? Not too big. PO drop. And there's that. And then I was just stressed, and I just put that I was stressed. Broken record, but just the whole paper situation, y'all already know. Stressed me the F out. And that's all I know to say about it. I was stressed, I had anxiety, I was depressed, I was sad, I was upset, I was all the things. This actually had some words on the bottom of it. I want to say that it said anxiety or stressed AF or something like that, but I went ahead and cut that off because I didn't want it to say like the same thing. And then the same thing with this one. It actually said procrastinating at the bottom, but I wasn't really procrastinating, so that it really makes sense, but I had to cut a bunch of sheets. So I was under a lot of paper, so that made sense. Those are both from Once More With Love. And then we went to Dunlap this day, and we picked up a pizza on the way. So I just used this pizza. I think this is from Coffee Monsters Co. And then I put off to Dunlap. Instead of using a car like I normally do, is this gonna fit here? Yes. And then pretty much just put that I designed and binged. That's what I usually do. This is from Oh Hello Michelle, who I feel hasn't like put out anything in a while either, which makes me sad. But it's a couch potato. They're really big. I don't get to use those a lot, mostly because of the colors, but also they're kind of big. Alright, on to Saturday. We got up and come home early. It was like 9 or something like that. I don't know why. All I can think is probably I just had so much work to do. I needed to get home and do it. Let's see. This is going to go on this side. This is from Once More With Love. And we are a little crooked. Are we? Are we crooked? A little. Just a tiny bit. Alright, home early. And Casey cleaned the kitchen when we got home, while I went to cutting all of the foil sheets that I had. Why did I cut sheet? Where's the foiling in the middle of this? Hold on. Cut foil sheets in office, cutting, packaging, I don't know. Who knows? This is from Once More With Love. We'll say, like, there needs to be foiling in between cutting sheets and cutting the foil. So, I don't know. Maybe I foiled them too and I just didn't put it down. This is from Scroll Prints Co., I think. And then I packaged up what I had cut. Maybe I did foil it too. Maybe it just wasn't a lot. And it was like what was left over from the other packaging that I done. I don't know. Eventually we'll get closer to like real life and I will remember things. Although this is really not that long ago. I should remember, but I don't. That's from the Littlest Planner, package orders, and then I just did some binging this night. Ooh, excuse me. I watched that show The Devil in Ohio and I ended up finishing the last of it this night. That Netflix sticker is from our shop. It was okay. I thought it was going to be a lot scarier and like, it was definitely creepy, but like creepier. I don't know. It was just alright. Not my favorite ever. I started watching The Watcher last night and I only got one episode in. Casey came in and we watched some American Horror Story, which I'm not crazy about this season so far on that one either, but I did start The Watcher last night. And so far, just one episode in, I'm pretty interested in it, so definitely am going to continue that one. Although I've been seeing like, I guess spoilers, but like I've not clicked on anything. Apparently it ended weird. I hate stuff that ends weird. Not really, I say that because I hated the way Dexter ended, but I would watch it again. I hated the way Pretty Little Liars, I already told you that ended, but I would watch it again, so. Anyway, is this something that they're going to have like another season of, or this was just like a limited series? I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that. What is happening? Ah! I'm losing stickers from my next Plan With Me over here. Okay. So that's from Fox and Cactus. I filmed a Plan With Me this day, which was... Did I just lose a sticker? Candyland. So that was an SPC spread. That was a good one. We Were Both in Office This Day. That's from Once More with Love. I was finishing up cutting, and then I did some packaging, and then Casey started printing his stuff. He don't always print his. I feel like I've told you guys this before. It's just printing so easy. And if I'm already in here, see, look at me doing green, 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 green. It's fine. It's fine. We're not going to worry about it. Anyway, printing's such an easy thing. And if I'm already in here doing my printing, I might as well just go print his too, because I can just leave the printers going and it's not a big deal. But sometimes, like this day, I wasn't printing, I was actually cutting, so he did come in here and print his. So that's why we were both in here this day. This sticker is so tiny. This is from Bubba Bear Studio. Would you please get out of my way, Lord? Package. And then I had to edit and upload. I'm assuming, no, it was not that one. I am assuming wrong. It was the campfire one that I had filmed. When did I film that? On Wednesday. So I edited and uploaded that one on Sunday. Usually I do everything all in one day, which is what I'm going to do with this one. I film, edit, and upload it. And then I just designed and binged some more. You know how I do. Okay, you guys, with the gold and the black together, I like this one so much more. I'm so glad that I decided to do that. It made it look so much better than just with the black. I was just going to make just some generic black overlays, but then, you know, that would have took me extra time. So I saved myself time, and I think it looks so much better with the combination than it would have just all black. I already said that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, like, subscribe, do all the things so you don't miss all the things, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.